Welcome to the service clinic at Low Country Harley-Davidson. I'm Doc Harley. On this video, I came upon a rare occasion that I had to share. Sorry, no big tech tips today. Just had to share this moment with you guys. You've followed me for many years, and it's never happened here at Low Country Harley-Davidson, and I had to share. What's the big thing? I have 4 motorcycles on my area that span my career of 35 years of working on Harley-Davidsons. In front of me, 1965 Panhead. I started out with Harley-Davidson with the 1959 Panhead, so I know all about the Panheads. Mine was kick only. This is the first year of the electric start. Boy, do I wish mine had an electric start, but I learned all the weird things about how to start with the carburetor and the timing and retarding and all that. So the Panheads are dear to my heart. Then in 1981, I purchased a basket case FXZ. Well, I just happen to have a 1981 Heritage on a lift here. Perfect condition, love it, got it in its running condition so it can go home to its owner and take it out of the garage and ride it anytime he wants to. What's special about this one to me is it's one of the last AMF Harley-Davidsons that came off the line before the family bought Harley-Davidson back and it became Harley-Davidson that we know it. So this is very special to me. It's one of the last ones that came off the assembly line. I loved my shovel. It took me to the 50th anniversary of Sturgis. Had a great lot of memories with it, and yeah, I started to learn how to modify. Yeah, I did a little cam in it, little carburetor, S&S carburetor, learned all about that carb, and exhaust system, and it was reliable. Took me to Sturgis and back in a lot of small trips. But then in 1984, Harley-Davidson came out with the Evo. Gotta have it. It's got more potential and more horsepower, but couldn't afford it in 1984. But in 1986, I purchased a retired FXRP. Yeah, I got to be in the FXR family. That was awesome. And yes, the Evo, I put branch heads on it and a cam in it and carburetor and exhaust, and it took me from coast to coast. One of my bucket lists. From the East Coast to the West Coast and back. And it was quite a trip for the memory lane for me to remember with a good friend of mine back in Illinois. And the Evo is special to me in that way. And then you all know that in 2013, yeah, I had to jump into the Twin Cam. This is mine, 2013 Softail Slim. It's classic looking. I love it. I park it in a parking lot and everybody knows, yes, this is a Harley-Davidson. Is it performance? Yes, of course. I can't leave things stock. Yeah, it has a Star Racing top end, over 100 horsepower on 100 torque, and it's reliable, it's fun every day, and I'm having really good. But you and I both know there's another chapter coming sometime in my life. An M8 has to come into my life because the potential in this motor is unbelievable. I mean, this one here has 140 horsepower and 140 pounds of torque, and I know Moonshine's already knocking on that 200 horsepower with just non-induction, just plain old big cubic inches. So yes, the M8 possibly will be in my life sometime, but this rare moment is a blessing to me. I've worked 35 years at this dealership, working on everything from a Panhead to an Evo to a shovel to a twin cam and M8, and now we have the Remax motor of the new Pan America and Sportster, and there's more to learn. And there was that moment in time of V-Rod learning in it. So I've been blessed, and I wanted to share with you this moment that is very rare in my career, to have all the motorcycles I ever learned and worked on here at Low Country Harley-Davidson. I appreciate you tuning in and sharing with me the life and the history of Harley-Davidson. And that brings up, this is the 120th anniversary of Harley-Davidson. If you get a chance, go to Milwaukee for that anniversary and go to the museum, because in the museum you will see even the earlier knucklehead and flathead, which I don't have here at the shop, but there's so much history in the museum for you to see that Harley-Davidson has gone through. Thank you again for tuning in here, and I'll see you next week. you.